Hi, my name is Tony D. I play in a band called Monkey Junk, and I am here to tell you about these great new pedals from Canada, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, called Dingo Tone. I'm fortunate enough to be playing a couple of these pedals. I discovered them while on tour, and this particular pedal I'm going to talk to you about is called a classic 70s Fuzz. It's a fuzz pedal. Some of the great recordings that we all love from the 60s and 70s had that classic fuzz guitar sound. Basically, it's a distortion pedal, but it was the early forms of distortion pedal. And you heard it in such classics as early Led Zeppelin, and of course, Jimi Hendrix always had a fuzz on. A lot of the time anyways. So I'm going to show you how this is a classic fuzz sound, and beautiful looking pedal as well, and how it works. To me, one of the great things about the Dingo Tone pedals is all of a sudden the difference in when you start to turn up things like the level or the amount of drive. All of a sudden your tone does change, and you can use it for many different things. This doesn't just have to be stepped on when you're doing a solo. For example, if you're playing at a low volume in a club somewhere, or a small place where you can't really turn up your amp, you can have this thing on all night long, and it can give you that great little boost or overdrive that you usually would get by turning up your amplifier. So right now I'm just going to show you, I'm going to have the drive on fairly low, probably about 9 or 10 o'clock. The drive being the distortion, the fuzz, and the level being the volume. I'm going to have that around 12. I'm playing through a Stratocaster here, and this is the clean sound without the pedal. You can hear the fuzz or the distortion coming in. Clean. Now the level isn't up very much, so let's turn up the level now. That's clean. As you can see, I don't have the drive up very much, so now it's more of a boost type. So what it does is basically it's fattening up, and it's just giving your sound a big old boner. That's what it's doing. So it's fattening it up really, really nicely. So you can kind of use it as a boost pedal, which I like to do with overdrives of any kind, including fuzz. So I've got the level now up to about 3 o'clock and the drive to about 9. Let's see what happens when I turn the drive up just a little bit. That went to 10. All of a sudden you can hear the difference. Back to one more notch up. You can actually hear the distortion coming up. Let's bring it up to about 12. What I really like about this fuzz pedal, I love that when you first attack the strings, you can actually hear the fuzz and the crunch, and then it decays into more of a simple distortion. Now let's really bring up the drive. Let's bring down the level. Bring the level back up. I find the one thing about this Dingo Tone pedal that is important is that the level should be fairly up, about 3 o'clock, 2 to 3 o'clock, and you really get a big, huge, fat sound with that. Let's turn up the drive all the way now. As you can hear, classic fuzz. What I'm going to do now is bring the drive back and turn the level all the way up. I've got the drive about 12 o'clock and the level pretty well pinned. What it does is it fattens up a clean sounding guitar quite a bit. It beefs it right up. I love this pedal. It looks great. It's, again, classic fuzz, made by a great company. And one of the great things about this, two things. One thing I did forget to mention is that it's really not changing your tone that much, which is what I really like. A lot of fuzz pedals or overdrive pedals, once you step on them, will change, thin out your sound. This only gets thinned out by moving the level up and down. That's the only thing I find of how to change your tone on this. The other great thing about this is that it's inexpensive. If you go to their website, Dingo Tone, and check out Dingo Tone pedals, you realize that they're very inexpensive pedals, and great service, by the way, from the company. So I recommend it. A Dingo Tone Classic 70s Fuzz, if you want to get that kind of Hendrixy thing.